Now let's move on to COP28.
Hi, and the latest from the COP28 Climate Summit.
We are seeing alarming tipping points being reached.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi attended the COP28 summit.
Global leaders gathered in Dubai for the World Climate Action Summit at the 28th Conference of the Parties on Friday.
Due to rising temperature on Earth, deaths, illness and natural events like floods and storms have become common things. And if we do not take them seriously, then living on this planet will become hard for us and future generations. Hello everyone, welcome back to SyncWin. I am your host Ishan, and today we are diving into a topic that impacts every corner of our planet, COP or Conference of Parties. So what exactly is COP? It's an annual gathering where governments from developed and developing countries unite to safeguard our climate. The United Nations Framework on Convention on Climate Change or UNFCCC plays host to this critical meeting, first convened in Bonn, Germany, bringing together 198 countries with a shared mission to protect our planet from the repercussion of climate change. Now let's fast forward to COP26 in Paris, France back in 2015. The pivotal meeting led to Paris Agreement, where the global community recognized the alarming rise in Earth's temperature, emphasizing the critical 1.5 degrees Celsius tipping point. Anything beyond 2 degrees could spell severe consequences. And here we are at COP28, held from November 30 to December 12, 2023. This conference revolves around the Paris Agreement and introduces the term phase out fossil fuel to combat climate threats. Why the focus on fossil fuels? As they are the major culprit behind global warming and climate change. To cut it off, all the nations came to a conclusion that it is time for collective effort to address the issue head on. To deal with it, they made specific targets and agreements during this conference. So what are they? Let's have a look. Loss and damage funds. Firstly, a substantial 700 million pledge from various nations, including the UAE, Japan, UK, USA and the EU, has been made to the loss and damage funds managed by the World Bank aimed at assisting climate vulnerable countries. Global Stocktake. Global Stocktake has introduced a 5-year check on climate action and measures to assess progress toward the Paris Climate Change Agreement goals, with a decision involving almost 200 parties at COP28, where all of them agreed to transition away from fossil fuels in energy systems. Green Pledge, a commitment to triple global renewable capacity and reducing non-renewable resources excluding India, which aims to cut coal usage by 40% by 2030. Health Pledge. Over 140 countries signed a declaration placing health at the core of climate action, excluding India. Climate finance. And then there is climate finance, pursuing to deliver the long-standing 100 billion climate finance pledge made by OECD countries in 2009. At last, fossil fuel. All countries including India have agreed to cut fossil fuel usage. India emphasizes a phase down instead of a phase out. USA and China supported India in it back in COP28, as India's economy depends on coal and the government has its own target to remove it by 2070. Now the question is, where does India stand in all of this? Prime Minister Modi affirmed our country's commitment, highlighting that India contributes less than 4% of global carbon emission, despite having 17% of the world's population. He said ambitious targets aimed for a 45% reduction in emission instantly by 2030 and a net zero target by 2070. Additionally, he announced the Green Credit Initiative with the UAE and expressed interest in hosting COP33 in 2028. As we are closing in, I want to know what your thoughts are on nation's pledge to phase out fossil fuels by 2070. Share your opinions in the comments below. Is it really achievable or not? Only time will tell. In my views, with the right governmental actions and regulations similar to the swift embrace of technology during the early days of COVID, we can make it happen. But the responsibility doesn't lie solely with governments. It extends to us as individuals. We also need to take action to save our home planet by not using things that can harm Earth's climate, by embracing sustainable practices like using jute bags instead of plastic, participating in campaigns, and more. If every individual adopts this mindset, our world can truly become a better place for us and generations to come. Before we say goodbye, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more insightful videos like this one. If you're interested in emerging technologies, check out my video on ChatGPT versus Bard. Until next time, keep learning and evolving. See you in the next video.